Wow. Good morning, Reggae Wednesday. It is apropos that I had this conversation this morning. I can't wait for Kimberly to come in because they're definitely going to give us their own perspective. It's definitely going to be interesting. Let's get you some reggae music real quick. Let's get it popping, and then we'll get into it. Let's go. Reggae Wednesday, everybody. Good morning. I got a good conversation this morning. We'll warm it up with other conversations, but Reggae Wednesday, let's go, y'all. So what's coming back? What won't go away is this Fat Joe foundational black conversation, and I have a entirely different kind of take on it. You know, I'm gonna talk about it this morning because I think it's important, especially as we now run into spaces where our identity is really important. Come on. You just call the police for me. You telling me to case off the emergency. And I gotta tell you, man. Even if he didn't mean that, and I was talking about yesterday, if he didn't mean it, the Nazi salute, if he didn't mean that, like that, I think in his space, he's smart enough as a businessman to know how that would have played out. So yeah, he ain't funny. He did that. I'm not even gonna say allegedly. I saw it with my own eyes. Again, I'm trying to explain to y'all, man. Look, listen, they're not your friends, B. And I said that before. They don't give a fuck about you. All right? They don't doubt you. Don't give a fuck about you. But y'all want to, you know. I talk to smart people, right? And I even debate the issues. But they act like. Y'all act like Will's Pills is your father's or something. Like y'all have daddy issues with Will's Pills. Stop acting like they're your friends and just go about your life and build your shit up and meet them on the level of where power is, as opposed to getting mad at them because they won't give you a piece or whatever else on their table. You got to take your own table, man. Fuck these people. Reggae Wednesday. Lord God have mercy. Hey. That's why I ain't mad at nobody. I ain't mad at Nelly. I ain't mad at Snoop. None of that stuff. Man, go get that paper, man. Build your shit up, man. They're not your fathers, all right? Let's go. Yeah. That's why I debate that issue. You know what I'm saying? I stay on it on that level, man. I'm all about empowerment, but I gotta empower people who want to be empowered. Number one. Number two. Motherfuckers be like, empower me, but could you please cut me a check? Get out of here. That's why I'm getting into this FBA Fat Joe shit this morning, because I think it's really coming back. There was a rumor that Fat Joe had an issue on stage in Chicago. Shout out to Fat Joe, man. So a lot of y'all wasn't there, and I want to talk about New York and hip hop and how New York is starting to isolate itself a little bit. And I think the people who run shit in New York from a hip hop perspective need to pay attention to this. Like we, they no nice like we. I like we, nice already, me say we nice already. Put one man keep, put one man keep, put one man keep for me. Put one man keep, put one man keep, put one man keep for me. Put one man keep, put one man keep, and then they mix me. Put one man keep, put one man keep, and then they Nah, because they're easily bought out. And the mistake is, stop calling niggas broke. Stop calling other people broke because you got money. That's what that turns. I'm telling you, listen, and I'm gonna speak to Fat Joe in this conversation because I love Fat Joe. I think Fat Joe, I was there when he first started. All right, I got some dope stories about Fat Joe and the people he take care of and what he do. Stop calling people broke because you got money. That doesn't play well. There is the New York elitism to people that have made it to the point where you want to disrespect people that don't got made it, that haven't made it because they haven't made it like you. Broke is a relative term. There are people that are living this meager existences and they living fine. Stop calling people broke, Pete. I'm telling you, man, it's not going to play well with people. You got to stop that. Stop doing that, especially on camera. Money don't define who you are, because money can come in a lot of different ways, bro. I love you. I love Fat Joe. I love his stance. I love the work he do in the community. I love all that stuff. Stop doing that. It comes off wrong. I'm telling you, brother. I love you. It comes off wrong. Stop calling people broke, bro. Please. Stop using it as a term. You know, women do that. Like, chicks do that. Oh, that nigga broke. Okay, let them do that. Men shouldn't be calling other men broke on camera. When you do that, what you're denoting is that a man's character is based on how much money he got in his pocket. That's not what a man's character is based on.
Different and so new, but like any other. Until I kissed you, and then it happened. It took me by surprise. I knew that you felt.
Yeah, Fat Joe Dooney, he don't deserve the clapback that they're trying to come after him. Him, Buster, they don't deserve that. They put a lot of work in. They built this. They helped build a culture. But also, I think you got to get them to stop doing it. Yeah, bro. I got Joe's number. I think I might have to call him off air and like, Joe, do me a favor, man. I love everything you're doing. I know you're doing great and everything, bro. What you stand for the community, for the Boricuas, everything. They had a lot to do with hip hop. Yes, they did. I was there. I saw it. They were part of the growing of the hip hop community. They were part of it. I'm not saying they were more than the black people, but they were part of the community. So was the Jamaicans. So was other people that was in New York at the time, the Haitians and everybody that came in New York. New York is a port city, so a lot of people come into New York and they add their own cultural flavor to the streets and the industry. But stop calling people broke, Fat Joe. Please don't do that, brother. Because what ends up happening is you give them fuel to come after you.
Much too serious.
New York City does that. Like, you know, the New York. That's why New York is becoming more isolated in the rest of the country. Because the rest of the country, black people really fucked up. Black people are fucked up in a lot of these spots. Go to Jacksonville, go to Atlanta, go to Liberty City, go to Cincinnati, go to St. Louis. A lot of us is fucked up out here. So when you come in, you push it like that. That makes you feel like, yo, I'm better than you. And one thing is hard enough to have Will's Pill saying they better than you. That's hard. But then when people that look like you start publicly dissing you, saying they better than you on TV and all that kind of stuff, even if you didn't mean that, that's what it feels like. You know what I'm saying? Stop calling people broke, man. I love Fat Joe too, man. I love him, man. Love him. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, man, anybody who get it out of the mud like he did and got to the position where he got to, the problem is everybody don't know that. They don't know your backstory. So when they get the conversations, they hear clips of what you're saying, and so you gotta be careful with the clips, man. I'm telling you, man, be careful. That's why I don't even put clips of my show out there. If you want to listen to the whole shit, you can listen to the whole shit. But because I may have said a clip or something that you could take out of context. You know what I'm saying? They take clips out of context. I'm just saying, bro, what it is, don't call them broke. That's it. There's words you can't use about black people because at the end of the day, we all down until we get up. That's all.
Listen, I'm letting go on the roundhouse, man. Make them know King Johnny produces the one.
Yeah, Brown, happy good morning. Yeah, they don't got no right to do that. I totally agree. First of all, I don't got no problem with foundational black Americans, right? Foundational black people. I mean, I understand you saying that we was here, but it's the only difference is that some people got dropped off over here and some people got dropped over here. So now we're fighting about bullshit. And also the music and culture. Well, if you really want to know where popular music comes from, it comes from the slave. And the white people started, the Welsh Pals started to mimic the slaves. Because it was slaves that used to sing on the fields. And they would sing, and then when they have a chance, they would put on shows and they would sing and all that stuff. Old Negro spirituals, and they would dance and sing and try. They was trying to survive. And so Welsh Pals took that and started going around doing shows in blackface and looking like black people. That's what they used to do. And then they would almost mock the suffrage of the slave people. And out of that, pop culture was born. So you gotta need to know. But blues and all that shit, jazz, blues, all that shit comes out of the struggle of people. Now, as that's born, you got people that come from the Caribbean laying in their version of struggle. And it's just a cumulative struggle of all different music. Some of your best singers, Harry Belafonte was from the Caribbean. Louis Farrakhan used to be a calypso dude from the Caribbean. All those cultures was weaved into popular music. That's what I'm trying to explain, y'all. Yeah. Know what y'all talking about. It's not just only black. Slavery just wasn't here. It was everywhere inside of the world. Come on.
Your heart to let me. Yes, girl. I said you open up your heart to let me.
It is. And so that's what the argument that they're having, right? To be honest with you, is really it's really a specious argument, if you understand. Specious meaning a bullshit argument, because ultimately different cultures was coming to this country for the last 150 years. Good morning, Fred Murphy. Good morning, Guy Burns. Good morning. So we're not knocking. Like there is a difference between us. You know what I'm saying? But I think we're making too much of it on public, and then we feed into it by calling. You know, New York rappers, especially the ones that got real successful, stop using that terminology when you're talking about people. The rest of the country's struggling. These streets is real out in these different countries. It's not just Brownsville, it's New York. You got, Bed-Stuy, there's Boogie Down Bronx and stuff out there, but you got tough cities where the hoods are real hoods and kids are kind of fight their way out of the hoods any way they can do it. So when you start calling people broke, when you rich, all you doing is just Hulk smashing down on people that already hurt. So it don't look good. It don't feel good. Stop doing that. I love you. I love Fat Joe, man, but don't stop. You take that vernacular out of your terminology when you're speaking about people. I would advise you, as a person who really respects you, I would advise you not to do that, because what ends up happening is you turn a whole bunch of people off against you. Because when you say that word, that nigga broke, a lot of niggas feel that way because a lot of niggas are broke. You know what I'm saying? Spiritually, mentally, and financially. And you're talking broke to a broken people. So be careful how you do that, though. You know what I'm saying?
All night squeezing. Don't forget I'm saying again. Why shall rule me like one?
That's where the music comes from.
Getting divorced in the evening.
Reggae Wednesday, everybody. Let's go, y'all. Come on.
Back Susan, get a lot of eating. Why? Me give her plenty money to look after me yellow baby. So take me to the family court and time.
Let's go, y'all. Onto the building. 5:58 in the morning.
Bitches up in a jacket, bitches up in a tie. As we reach a court, the girl a tell lie. The judge say, I know you never loved that.
That's what I would say. But my 2 cents don't mean nothing, but that's what I would say. I would have that conversation. Stop. You rich niggas, stop. You know, especially guys that made it, that came out of the mud. Don't punch backwards. Just move forward. Don't punch backwards. I gotta give Hov the way he plays it. You know, Hov plays it pretty well. Hov just don't say shit. I'm like, nah, I ain't got nothing to do with that. Enjoy the fruits of your hard work and labor. That way you ain't gotta be punching back. Cause you punch back, you give a dude you give him a seed, you give him a target to point at. Like, yo, you know, like you hating on him or something. That's what New York, chill. Y'all started, y'all created really what hip hop, the culture comes out of New York. You got to understand. You got to be a little bit more inclusive in the way you think about it. You know what I'm saying? And allow the culture to really boost. Don't make people hate you because they feel as if you're elite. No, we're not elite. We're all in the same shit. Come with me, make sure you're married. Cash over the ocean, put over the sea. Can one day you can go off it. Bubble with me, right? Bubble with me, send me now no money. Nah, I got you. Nah, I'm glad you brought it up. I mean, it makes sense. It's a good conversation. Everyone at about him a boogie man. Say everyone at about him a boogie man. In check for radio station, we so. Reggae Wed, everybody, let's go. Like these next 4 years is gonna be tough on us, so we gotta kind of like stick together. Yes, I lost my soldier and she's gone away. Prime time. She's gone away. It's yes, I lost my soldier and she's gone away. Now we good. I mean, we'll be fine. It's just that we gotta kind of stick together, and it's all of us, you know, black, brown, you know, because Will's Pell's got the power back in this country. You see them, they doing Hitler salutes and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? So just, you know, we got to stay together, man. It's no time to be fighting amongst each other, man. We got to pull that shit back together, man. Y'all got to sit down and try to work that out and really understand what the history is. I mean, you know, I was there in hip hop history. I was there. I seen it. I was in the Bronx. I was in Brooklyn. You know what I'm saying? The 70s. I was already a little preteen kid. I was out in 1977. Man, you know what I'm saying? I was already, you know, out there chilling. I saw what was happening. You know what I'm saying? I knew who was there. Puerto Ricans was there. You can't front on Puerto Ricans was there. They love the music too. Jamaican people was there. Jamaican was there. They love the music too. Focus on what ties us together, not what breaks us apart. Let's go, y'all. Come on. Let go me and get one with me come in. Let go me and get one with me come in. You love black and you love show up. You move long like a shot. This a one man connection. Come let me tell you this a bone man connection. Yes. We watch a man. Me skull bone connected to me jawbone. Me jawbone connected to me collarbone. Me collarbone connected to me chest bone. Yes. Me chest bone connected to me ribs bone. Yes. Ribs bone connected to me spine bone. Me spine bone connected to me leg bone. That's why I'm playing old. To me leg bone. Me leg bone connected to me. Ankle bone connected to me toe bone. Say me discover home connection. Come let me tell them it's a skin fresh and bone of me own. Chairman say Nico must have a mash it and go home. And some of them a chat about me ear one home. What was y'all at when this records was coming out? I was there. I saw these records. I know these records. Come on. Down. Rob me and beat me back. Me have to turn to me master that demolition. We have to get it back. Boy, y'all, demolition. Me
have to get flat. Why yoy? Tell the police them no response for that. Them say
Big part of the culture. Big part of the culture. Without this, we would not have had hip hop without this influence. Come on.
them a lick shack. Me have to get flat.
That's why I do Reggae Wednesday. To represent the culture. Worldwide. African culture.
Wake up in the morning, what do I see? Gunmen standing over me with their guns and their babies. They cry, oh, oh, people are gonna feed.
Pay that respect. Let's go.
Oh, oh, we all are revealed.
When we respect the culture, respect the culture. The whole culture. Calypso, that's African music. Soca, that's African music. Reggae, that's African music. Hip hop, that's African music. Let's go, y'all.
And save me.
Gospel is African music.
Nobody with their guns and their babies. Me cry, oh, oh, people are gonna feel it. We shout, oh, oh,
I'm telling you, they got men beefing like women. That's the problem, man. When men beef like women, people get killed.
We don't want no more of that. Love your brother and your sister, and things will be much.
I'm gonna say the most misogynist thing I can say on this show. Well, check us out. When men beef, they understand each other and they beef like men against each other because they know that it could go bad. If we get into a beef, we take into account how bad do you want this beef to go. Women can beef about each other, say anything they want about each other because they know it ain't gonna go all the way bad. They'll just be mad at each other and have attitudes with each other. But when men beef like women, nah, it goes bad.
Watch this. On the better, pull up on the socks on the better, lace up on the shoes on the better, pull up on the socks on the better, lace up on the shoes, one of them move, dance all move.
That's why that beef gotta stop.
What Italian them
for somebody get hurt.
One of them move, Jamaican them in the group.
Y'all beefing like women.
One of them dance all move on the better, pull up on the socks on the better.
Just pull up, sit down, shut and talk that shit out.
Take no pick nine that too so. The reggae music is just like news and me love the music like oh me love food. One of them move, one of them.
Now that don't sound good if you're a woman hearing that, right? But it's true. You know what I'm saying? It don't sound good, but it's true. 6:06 in the morning, out to the bill.
Rush me, the woman in my life.
One time I want
More than one woman in my life. Every one of them a fight to be my wife.
Let's go, y'all. Come on.
But if they would take their respective place, oh yes, this I would never be a lover's race. Oh no, I've got to love for everyone. Oh yes, the only jealousy just to spoil up my plan. Oh no, I've got to love for everyone. Oh yes, the only jealousy. That's my plan.
Well, they messed dudes up because dudes' fathers was taken out of community. So the fathers was taken out. When you take the fathers out, the women got to do what they got to do. You can't get mad at the women for doing what they got to do. They got to raise their sons, even when the daddy not around. But the problem is that they don't get the daddy influence.
Trouble again, and the world is getting nervous.
And then if the mama mad at the daddy, they gonna be mad at the daddy too because they got to stand with the mama. You know what it is. Come on now. That is perfectly engineered and orchestrated by the largest society to destroy the society. That's why the beef ain't with us no more. They already won the war. Hence a lot of niggas be in their feelings. Still to this day, they can't help it. I see a movement though now of brothers trying to reclaim their families back again. And if that works out, then there's hope for the future. Reggae Wednesday, everybody. Let's go, y'all. Come on.
Get from the yard because Babylon system is a fraud. Me
Me and my best friend Johnny Famous, aka School Lover, we met having a fight. We fought. We was 8 years old, playing Coco Livio, and him and my cousin got into a fight, and then we had a fight. And after the fight, we became best friends. A lot of people that I became friends with in my neighborhood was over a fight. We fought, whatever the case may be. We got over the fight, and we became friends forever. We never. That's why I love some of the people in my. Anytime I see a day one, I love them. Because even if I didn't get into a fight with them or something like that, but whatever our life was as kids, we became friends over that. That's how you manage your friendships. That's how you become friends. Going through that kind of stuff. So, but nowadays, a dude get into an argument or fight with a dude, you don't even get through it, man. Dudes just go ahead and kill you or shoot you or whatever the case may be. And now one is in jail and one is in Potter's. That is the detriment to a community. That's why I'm telling y'all to be thing with us. We've already done the job for the Wales Pills. Come on. I try to explain it to smart people. I see people smart, all of their feelings pointing at Trizzy and Elon Musk and them niggas. I said they not the problem. We the problem. We gotta fix us. Let's fix us. Stop worrying about them. Fix us. Come on.
Serious, cantankerous and dangerous. The same thing again, man.
Them niggas told you what they was gonna do. All right, they told you what they about. We know what they about. Okay, now move accordingly. Let's go, y'all.
Serious, cantankerous and dangerous.
Reggae Wednesday, 6:10 in the morning. I'm in the building.
Me look, man, I see what me see. Revelation or reveal, and it's a open to the people then. Let me tell you, Mr. Nations and nations fought against us.
Dr. King had the energy, but his mission was wrong. He was talking about just stop beating us. Nah, it wasn't about stop beating us. We're talking about get what you owe us. You know what I'm saying? And we should have got that money back then with King. Unfortunately, by the time King found that out, he shot him. That's why when I do the Martin Luther King, I'm not talking about them shooting Martin Luther King. I'm talking about shooting Martin Luther King when he realized that he should have went and got the money and not the civil rights. The money he should have got. We had a chance to get the money back then.
Every day you catch a business.
When we was boycotting buses and all that shit, we was putting them out of business. We could have got the money then, but we didn't know better. Now we know better. We should do better. Let's go on to the building. Reggae Wednesday, y'all. Come on.
You put your left foot in, you take your right foot out. You put your left foot in and then you shake it all about. You do the okie pokey and then you turn around. Yes, that's what it's all about. Come again, come again. You put your left foot in, you take your right foot out.
Not even take it back. Stop giving it away. Let's go, y'all. To the building.
You do the okie pokey and then you turn around. Yes, that's what it's all about. Yes, I'm a belly on the mic for make you jump and shout.
Yeah. Reggae Wednesday, everybody. I'm chill. Let's go, y'all. Come on.
It's a belly man that can't get you out. Some drink anything, some dragon stout. You put your left foot in.
We're going to teach y'all today. Today, we have fun every day, but sometimes we got to put the lessons in. Come on.
You do the okie pokey.
We don't get the fuck shit going on, though. We hide the message in the fuck shit sometimes.
What's that? Lord have mercy. Easy super get me say easy no man. Easy super get me say easy no man. The one sister said that talk about tough, but the girl in Jamaica them a talk about them bobs. Yes, say bobs there. Yes, go and go eat him out, girl. Say bobs there.
Good morning, Kimberly.
Yes, say bobs there. Me say go and go love him out. Yes, say bobs there. Girl go and go take a set. Yes, say bobs there. Go give him a hickey on him neck. Say bobs there. Me say go and go name him out.
We hide the message in the fuck shit. Let's go.
She no response, she no response. Make sure every Friday she have the dollars on. Come take it from the cat on the round dance man. Just put up your one eye if you have your boobsy. Put up your one eye if you have your boobsy.
Hey.
I do not have no boobs, I said them not ready. Come take it
6:13 in the morning.
Oh, no call me so.
Good morning, Kimberly. The beautiful Kimberly Robinson.
Oh, no call me so.
Caught you with your glasses on, Kimberly.
Call your papa so. You're walking on the road and you hear a call. Don't you take it for no.
I'm not authorized to tell Big Mouth stories.
DJ Prime.
I'm not authorized. That's Fame's brother. If anybody can tell a Big Mouth story, it has to be slapped.
Little the vibe, we are little the vibe. Sweet lips tonight. Oh, yes. Little the vibe.
I gotta always respect those that are not here to speak for themselves. Come on.
It's only reggae music, keep me skanking on my feet. Skip and skank.
Hello, Kimberly. You like you're losing a lot of weight. Yeah. Like you getting it rocking, Kimberly.
I'm working on it.
You're working on it. There you go. Kimberly Robbins.
You're too bad, dirty, too rude. Every man.
How you like this real old one drop 1980s reggae music for those that don't know?
I heard a lot of KRS-One in there.
Yeah, because KRS-One got a lot of it from the reggae. For those people that don't understand reggae's influence on hip hop, damn, I just wanted to sell it. I'm just saying, you know what I'm saying? Foundation. Never mind. It's crazy, man. You know what I'm saying? We hide the message in the fuck shit. Let's go, y'all. Kimberly.
Don't lose it.
Let's go, y'all. Come on.
After I took the risk of giving my love to win some luxury can run off and gone with John. So now you're happy. Don't lose it. You must be crazy.
Wow.
If you try to leave the baby, oh no, you got to be crazy. If you try to leave the baby, oh no, don't bite the hands that feed you. Don't try to kill the goose and let it go.
Wow.
Girl, if you do it, it's gonna be dreadful.
Well, that music is so good today, huh?
Hey Dad, it's Dahlia. Congratulations on your new show. I know how you get, so don't be too rough on them. Love you and good luck. Bye.
Love you too, Monkey. Welcome to the Raw Perspective with your host, the incomparable.
Good morning, Kimberly.
A.K.A. Laze Elliott, A.K.A. Lazy Laze from the world famous
Wagon.
Music, culture, and now for your host, the legendary Uncle
What up, Troy? Good morning.
What's up, y'all?
It's your boy,
Good morning, everybody.
Get in there and tell the people what it is.
With the
man. Let them
beautiful
know what this thing is all about. Come
weight
on, man.
losing.
That's what we do.
We bring the inspiration, mitigation, and the invitation for y'all to come out there this morning and enjoy morning emails, all you friends, males, females. And as they say, that's all we got left. There's no more planets in between. We only got males and females left.
It's so ordered.
And so the executive order has been signed that only males and females are.
So what's going to happen to the? Did I ask this yesterday? What's going to happen to the ones that are already switched?
I don't know, but I don't know. The whole city of Atlanta is definitely not going to be around. Atlanta is no longer a city anymore. Atlanta is a place that is no man's land. It's like that. It's like that ice wall that we. Oh my!
It's like
God.
that Trump is getting ready to put together those concentration camps.
Oh yeah. Listen, it's coming. I'm telling y'all. I was in I was having a heated conversation, not heated, but a spirited conversation with a couple of my brothers, and some of them, they're real smart, right? They're really smart brothers, like lawyers and all that kind of stuff. The problem is that I think they got daddy issues with Will's pills. I just think, I think they got Will's pills daddy issues. You
think about it, Lays. A lot of us coming up in this generational psychological trauma that we've gone through in our families and our lives. And nobody has had any sort of counseling for this.
We need counseling.
We're learning how to be counselors through counseling other people through what has happened to us.
White daddy, why don't you love me? Love me, white daddy.
Well, daddy's home.
Daddy is home. Man. What the fuck is wrong with you? I think it's great. You sick? I'm telling you.
I'm getting yesterday. I went down to the district.
Yes.
And I'm arguing with people, and it doesn't feel good. And now I'm not feeling good at all.
Why are you arguing with people? You can't argue with people.
Yesterday you and D Parks, had sound advice for me, and then. Because I'm a woman.
You can't just walk with it. You gotta let somebody else know about it too, right?
Well,
you can't throw rocks at the sun. That's all I'm trying to say.
Well, I go down there and unfortunately, women do have an emotional trait until they're learned how to, move in a more rational one.
Right.
And so I get down there and, women, we're discussing what's supposed to happen. But then, of course, one woman who has no idea what they're talking about, they want to talk anyway.
Right.
Because they just want to talk.
Women have the ability to talk about absolutely nothing. I gotta tell you, I love y'all. But you ever see women talking? They be talking about absolutely nothing. And they, hear me out. And it'd be like nothing. There'd be no point to the conversation.
Well, you already knew. Like yesterday, I was going to continue until I found something that made my argument.
Yeah.
But again, I really believe this because I am the leader in my home. I am the leader in my life. Mm-hmm. I'm not going to just let somebody else come in and lead me unless you can show me that you're worthy of it.
There you go. Was I worthy of leadership in that conversation?
You were. Well, yesterday I didn't cut you off.
I just allowed the conversation to go to its normal, natural ending.
To see where I was going wrong,
right?
And only I could see that. You couldn't make me see that because I was determined that you weren't going to make me see that.
That takes a lot of experience and age. It takes age, brothers, all my brothers out there of a certain age. We don't have that as young men. We don't, because I learned that a little bit from my father for the time that my father was, may rest in peace, to Grady Brown. But age teaches us wisdom. Yeah, and that's why my friend Gus Johnson has said this to the Duchess. He said, be obedient to, and she's a powerful, her own person, but he said, be obedient to Lays because he has a tremendous amount of wisdom. And he said, men of a certain age, if we can get past all the bullshit, we have a lot of wisdom that we can at least give back to. That's the point of this show.
That's true. But
we just stick the wisdom nuggets into the fuck shit sometimes.
Now you think about it, Lays, again, as I just said, you're coming up against a woman that I lead my own life, and I'm pretty good at it. So in order for me to trust what you say, I'm going to have to listen.
Yes.
And the art of listening, the art of communication is sometimes lost because we weren't taught it.
Right.
And then I'm going to have to learn how to just, that word submit, or that word, what would you say he said to the Duchess? You have to
obedience.
Yeah, be obedient. A lot of women, when we hear that word, we're like, what the fuck you mean, be obedient?
Immediately.
This is the system.
Even the Duchess was like, well, what? What? Well, hold on.
But, Lace, I
had a Scooby-Doo moment, right? Reggae? Tell that to a woman.
Yeah.
You got to be
But again, when we were growing up, we had the families, we had the blended families. Once we got out of Jim Crow, once we started getting into the women's movement and this, the women started feeling, and you guys started going to jail and stuff like that. Yeah. It was
crazy. But that was because the whole women's movement was the independent, I am independent women's movement was set up by white women who were married.
And then they dissed us after they got everything they needed.
Yeah. They got all the hair products, the look, the beauty tips and all that. And then they shitted on the black sisters. They learned how to make their butts big and everything.
Yeah, listen, I don't know if you saw when Carrie Underwood was singing at the inauguration.
Yeah.
After she finished, she turned around. Kamala Harris is right there, Joe Biden, and the other dudes, and she totally dismissed Kamala Harris and went straight to Joe Biden and the other two dudes over there.
Yeah.
But that's how it goes. That's how it goes down.
My first hi, this is Lindsay. I just want to talk to black women for a second because I'm hoping they understand. I know this because as Lindsey Graham, I think black women the most beautiful things on the planet. Oh, shut up, Lindsay. But let me just do this 1 second. Black women. Lindsay. I'm gonna tell you from white women's mouth. They hate y'all. They so jealous of y'all. All that big bushy booty and hair and natural. Y'all the queen mother earth and they hate all y'all people. So I tell you that now, I hate you too. God, shut up.
I cannot ride by the Capitol, which I do every single day. I cannot ride by the Capitol without laughing at you and Lindsay. I swear, I want to take a picture and send it to you every time I drive by.
Every time you see Lindsay, you sent me a picture. I think you had a long distance picture of Lindsey Graham, and you sent it to me a while ago. Listen, you gotta get me on the. If you ever in front of Lindsey Graham, please get your phone out and say, "Hi, Lindsay." A person has a question for you. I go, "Hi, Lindsay. This is Lindsay."
It is actually easy to be around them because they have, the different sections of the Capitol and the Senate and stuff like that. And you could just go on in like the Rayburn House. We went in there. That's where we went to put together the bill for reparations in the Rayburn House. So everybody was there. We can run into them at any time.
The question. I have a question for you before I go to Black Facts. A great segue. Kim, what's your opinion on Elon Musk doing the Hitler? And I need Lindsay's opinion.
That was it was kind of nerve-wracking, like, wow, that happened. But what was even more disturbing is that the YTs and the Willspills they tried to
put Tony down.
They tried to cover it up. No, he wasn't doing that. He was just excited. But we know what it is. We see what it is. Right. And they're not going to be able to, tell our lying eyes that it was anything but what we saw. Again,
and they're not even doing it to us. But I mean, I just feel like the Jewish community needs to stand up on this one. You know what I'm saying? It's not this ain't our beef, right? Well, the fact that he did that shit, listen, they didn't even consider Hitler and them didn't even consider black people human.
Yeah.
What
were we?
We were like animals and shit. Like to them, to the Germans, we was animals. The Nazi Germany, we was straight animals. And this it was like, oh, that's a horse. Okay. That's
what?
A cow.
They wouldn't know anything.
That's a Schwarzer. That's a Schwarzer. That's the black word for German for black. That's Schwarzer. That's a horse. That's a cow. That's in Schwarzman. You know what I'm saying? They was like white people was the master race to these motherfuckers. So, and what they did to the Jewish community was so crazy that shit right there should have triggered a complete flip out in the Jewish community.
But we haven't heard any. We haven't heard any outlash.
They ready to jump on Kanye when he say some bullshit.
I was just gonna say that when Kanye was talking, they were ready to string him up and all kinds of stuff. But this Hell Hitler guy,
he did the whole Nazi salute on the jump.
I mean, he
imagine
was serious.
If Kanye West would have did that, or anybody else would have did that. Boy, they'd have been taking him out. It would have been crazy. Jewish people, the ones with the hats, the
one with the curls.
Yeah, the hat and the curls, the Hasidic dudes. They'd have been out there crying and praying. It would have been crazy. They'd have been out in front of the White House. This is crazy. The Jewish ladies with the motherfucker. Oh my God. It would have been a whole line of they had the Kabbalahs and the Old Testament out there. Oil and smoke and shit would have been pouring. It would have got crazy. Had that have
kosher sandwiches.
Yeah. Had that have been somebody in Barack Obama's camp doing that shit? Oh my God, it would have turned up. they would have turned up.
You think it would have been a January 6th insurrection?
No, it would have been a crazy. They would have marched on Washington, and some of them would have just died right at the. They'd have just laid down in the road and just have just run me over. I'm telling you right now, like, yeah, it's funny as hell. But you think about it, right? It's crazy to double standard.
Iman did that. He saluted twice.
Yeah,
he did it once, and then he turned around to the people in the back and did it twice.
And did it again. He said, "Bang bang bang bang." You know what I'm saying? Like he did the bang bang Heil Hitler joint. You know what I'm saying? Like,
and I'm seeing more of those big stupid trucks.
Those Tesla trucks, right?
I mean,
motherfuckers buying them trucks, though. I tell you that, stupid ass.
Truck. I swear to God, we make everybody rich but ourselves.
A lot of niggas buying them trucks too. Let's go to blackfacts.com. Speaking of, oh my God, that's the funniest shit in the world right there.
Hey, Will.
January 22nd, 1920, William Warfield, actor and baritone singer of Old Man River. Talk about culture. He was an American concert bass baritone singer and actor known for his appearance in stage production, Hollywood films, and television programs. He gave his recital debut at New York's Town Hall in March 1950. He was quickly invited by Australian Broadcasting Corporation to Australia and give 35 concerts. Speaking of, we moved our tour from March to April to accommodate the big thing we got in Switzerland. Warfield was active in many organizations. After appearance and featuring artists at 50-year convention and National Association of Negro Musicians, he became active with the organization, serving as its president for 2 terms. In March 1984, he was the winner of Grammy Awards in the spoken word category for his outstanding, I hate spoken word, narration of Aaron Copland's Lincoln Portrait, accompanied by Eastman Philharmonics. I mean, Old Man River, he just keep rolling. Okay, anyway, for more Black Facts,
you know the song.
Hell yeah. I'm cultured, man.
I swear I'm gonna climb back in bed.
Where this nigga get this energy from? It's 6:00 in the morning. It's 6:00 in the morning. Kimberly looking like a snack. She just got up. What is your morning? When you're in the morning, Kimberly, do you like evening sex or morning sex? Are you a morning sex person?
Both.
You like to roll over, got a little pasty, and still get it popping.
You don't try to kiss me.
Yeah. Ain't no kissing in the morning. Yeah, don't kiss in the morning. We have to interrupt. We have to interrupt this kissing for.
Lays. Going to massage school, and we had to learn anatomy and different things like that. I became really interested in stuff. So I've done things like I'll research what the germs look like in your mouth while you're sleeping. Yeah, I do stuff like that. So I'm like, no.
The germs is fucked up in the mouth.
It's the nastiest place on your body.
Anthony Bonner said Kim goes in. Anthony, you are creep. You cannot ever let me catch you over at Kimberly's house with her stalker talking about threesome. Anybody? Kim will probably put it on you. I don't even think, Anthony, you can handle Kim. I'm gonna be honest with you, brother. I think Kim will wear your ass out. That's all I'm telling you.
And I'm going to sleep directly after.
And she out. Y'all both be in the bed dead. In the bed. 2 cold bodies in the bed after it's all over. Anthony being there shaking, sucking his thumb, talking about, I love you, Kim. No talking. Stop talking. You're in trouble. I'm a troublemaker. So today, I'm going to talk about something today, Kim, and I want to bring my brother. I'm going to talk about our brother, Fat Joe. Now, let me bring in Instagram because he probably would.
Fat Joe's been in the news for quite a while.
Oh my God, Fat Joe! First of all, before I get going about this conversation, there's a group called the FBA, Foundation of Black Americans. And listen, I got nothing against them. I think they are trying to be. They're trying to make a point, right? Especially as it pertains to hip hop, because they do feel that people that are Black Americans, and this is the point I was making yesterday in my conversation about how Black Americans still are getting last on everything as far as resources, and all of the gains that we fought for, Martin Luther King and those guys that fought for, are being taken over by people that weren't born here, whether it be the Arabs, Indians, Chinese, all the DEI, all the shit that we as Black people fought and died for are now being used. I mean, you didn't see Chinese people on the civil rights walk. You didn't see Arabs or Indian. Hello, I just wanted to get some civil rights. You didn't see them on the civil rights train. You didn't see any of these people really on there, except for, who was on there? The Jewish community.
Yeah, they were.
The Jewish community walked civil rights with Black people.
They did.
Shout out to the Jewish community. They walked civil rights. Hold on for a second.
Uh-oh.
I don't see y'all over at Elon Musk though. I don't see y'all doing that over there. I'm just saying. Somebody, until I see all y'all over there in front of the Tesla factory, laying down on the road, then we have to have a conversation. But anyway, the message is in the fuck shit. Anyway, the point I'm making is the FBA has been taking Fat Joe to task, and they've been jumping all over Fat Joe. And I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna break the problem down. Now you know the story, you've seen it. This new thing they said allegedly Fat Joe got booed in Chicago, and now they got people turning on Fat Joe. And I'm gonna say this. Hold on, I know we over here someplace. But let me bring it back here. It's hard for me to bring it back to the seriousness when I'm in the middle of the fuck shit moment. But I just want to say I got a tremendous amount of respect for Fat Joe. I love Fat Joe. I think
Why?
Fat Joe is probably, because number one, I know when he started. Also, I was there in hip hop in the beginning in New York, and I saw all the influences of hip hop. I saw the Jamaican influence, the reggae influence. I saw in Brooklyn, all the reggae clubs was turned into hip hop clubs.
Yeah.
The President Chateau, all the different clubs in Brooklyn from back in the days when hip hop was coming through. Hip hop had no place. It was in the parks.
That's
when
right.
it started to come into the clubs and all that kind of stuff, those was reggae clubs that was normally really just reggae spots that we used to go into, and they would play hip hop music. Mm-hmm. In the Bronx, during the gang wars in the 70s, all the black, all the different gangs in the 70s, a lot of the parks got together. They was using it as unity, and the Puerto Rican community, the Jamaican community, and all the different factors, the blacks, Puerto Ricans, were finally getting together and integrating in hip hop. The Fantastic Five, the Fearless Four.
4+1.
Tito from the Fearless Four is my man. I still got love for that brother. I've known him for well over 30 years. From Tito from the Fearless Four. I remember young Fat Joe coming up. Shout to Lord Finesse. Shout to all the people from the DITC. Shout to Jazzy J. Jazzy J is a very good friend of mine. The legendary DJ Jazzy J. Red Alert. All these other people that I've known for all these years. There's no way you can tell me that Puerto Ricans didn't have a powerful influence on what we understand to be hip hop today. As much as I respect the foundational Black American movement, they're trying to, obviously they say don't leave us out. But I think they're pointing their guns at the wrong person. I think pointing at Fat Joe is definitely not.
Who is the head of this?
This brother. Listen, again, they're not from New York, number one. So it's kind of hard when you're not from New York to understand the beginnings of hip hop. And I'm not sure if this brother's even old enough to understand where it all comes from, and the connection between Africa Bambaataa, DJ Red Alert, DJ Kool Herc, DJ Grandmaster Flash. I mean, rest in peace to my brother Ray Roll, and all of the Hispanic Puerto Ricans that was bringing together hip hop and in the Bronx and all that kind of stuff, that was bringing everybody together and enjoying parties. Shout to all the old clubs, Sal Albertello from the Disco Fever, all these other people, and you know, that used to bring all these people together. The freestyle dances, the break dances, my man Crazy Legs and all the break dancers out there, my man DJ Tony Touch, and all the Boricuas out there that really are hip hop pioneers in this game. And it's not to say that they were more than us, because you know what? When you talk about pop culture, well, pop culture is African music. The reason we have pop culture in America, what makes American pop culture so powerful and different, it was all based on slave music. So, and the white people, the minstrel, white people should take the slave music and then go around and tour and paint their face black and go around a country mimicking the suffrage of black slaves. That's what they should do.
And you know, it's unfortunate too, because a lot of them, the YTs, didn't even understand a lot of those songs that we were singing were messages, like the fuck shit. It was messages in the song, where to meet them, how to go, which way to go. So
but there were messages in these songs. You know,
one day we'll talk about the ignorance that we have succumbed to. Right.
The fuck shit was in the message was in the fuck shit. The message was in the song, kind of like this show. The message is in the fuck shit. When we make a joke, there's always a little kernel of a message in the shit. But anyway, the point I'm making is that now that I said that, Fat Joe is a guy that got it out of the mud. All right. Shout to Showbiz. Shout to AG. Rest in peace to my man B.O. Shout to everybody in the Bronx, man. He got it out the mud, Fat Joe. He worked from the bottom, you know what I'm saying? Living in the hood, the streets, bust his ass, got all the way to the point where he's successful in doing his thing. The show can officially start. I'm here. It's Big Set. It's funny. Yeah, Big Set is funny.
You know, I have a question, Lays.
Yeah.
You know, because we keep using Boricua for Fat Joe, but he said his name was what? Joey Cartagena?
Cartagena, yeah.
So isn't that like a Colombian name?
I think he's part Colombian.
Okay.
Yeah, part Colombia or something. But I mean, he represents the Boricuas. That's what they represent. So at the end of the day, you know, listen, what island, what country did the boat drop you off on?
Yeah.
If you go to Colombia, there's a lot of black people in Colombia. Yeah. A lot of black people in Colombia too, by the way. So the point I'm making, and the point, Hispanic community is part of New York heritage. Yeah. Tita, that's Ecuador. What up, Ecuador? Peace. Salute, Ecuador. The point I'm making, and I think this is something that you got to understand. We, as opposed to right now, Will's Pills is in full together mode. They are coming down heavy, right? They not playing with us. They not your friends, B. Yeah. I'm telling you right now. If we keep trying to separate ourselves and parse out ourselves and all this other shit, guess what's going to happen? They're going to defeat us by allowing us to divide and conquer ourselves.
Yeah, because we'll be separated.
Right.
As we always tend to become after, you know, you see this whole Snoop Dogg thing. And Fat Joe, it's so much division in this. Yeah, you know, but that shouldn't even be what we're out here arguing.
We shouldn't be arguing about it. But now let me take my brother, mi hermano, Fat Joe, to task on something. Rich rappers that you fought your fight, you did everything you had to do, you got it out the mud. Stop calling niggas broke online. Stop using that terminology, because at the end of the day, that's why they mad at you. You know what I'm saying? Like stop it, because most of the country, black people in this country ain't got no real bread. They live in simple lives, and broke is a relative term. Well, compared to Fat Joe, I'm broke. But compared to, you know, my man Raheem, who's worked for Amazon and who's delivering packages, I'm rich. You know what I'm saying? So stop. It's a relative term. Y'all, if you made it in New York, or whatever, if you made it in hip hop, and really to make it in hip hop is 1.1% of the opportunity to make it in hip hop.
Like the NBA.
Right. Stop calling people that didn't make it broke, especially online, because that's going to bring nothing but enemies. It's going to make people not like you. And people ain't sharp enough to know that you're talking about that person. You know what I'm saying? So that was the only thing I would say. Hey, man, you got to rise above that and stop using that terminology when we're talking about people that you're mad at. Stop going, that nigga broke. Because that's what women do that. Women measure people by the money they got in their pocket. You know what I'm saying? Oh, yeah, I was going to talk to that nigga was broke. Stop doing that. Stop doing that. I mean, you can't do that.
You're right.
Yeah. You can't do that. Good morning, TD. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, yeah, I love that. Let me call my sister, and because she knows, if you're busy, don't pick up. But look, I know she got to pick me in them. But it's Reggae Wednesday. She got to pick me in them. So
hey, come on. She was Miss Jamaica, right?
Yeah, she was Miss Jamaica. Yeah.
Come on.
Good morning.
Good morning, TD. Love you, sister. My sister. You know.
Good morning, TD.
Now.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning. We have the same sister, Miss Nicole.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Miss Nicole. Let me just say this. Tanya's first cousin, rest in peace, was the great Heavy D.
Oh.
A hip hop pioneer, legend, right? Yes. Mount Vernon legend.
Yes. Money earning.
Fully proud of his Jamaican heritage.
Yes,
am I correct, T?
Correct.
Yes. So I don't understand why all this division. I understand the foundationally Black Americans point because a lot of. By the way, TD has graduated Syracuse University and she minored in Black American history.
Okay, come on.
So if anybody who understands this plight, she can tell you real to real all this. She's educated in this space, so she knows where this comes from. That's why I called her. But so the foundational Black American conversation, though I understand because a lot of the DEI, affirmative action, all that stuff was on the backs of that was meant for Black people that were suffering from slavery, Jim Crow, segregation, all that stuff, because the government actually established that we have done something bad to people and we got to allow them a chance to come back. Now, here's the problem. The problem is the people that actually gained from it wasn't those people. It was people that would come to the country and then stand under the Minority Act to where they were minorities, but they're not part of the suffrage. So I do understand the foundational Black point. Am I correct when I say this, TD?
Yes.
Can you elaborate? Yeah. Can you elaborate a little bit more on it so it ain't me talking and somebody that actually knows what they're talking about? Hi, Tanya. Hi, Kitty Lovin', the beautiful Tanya Hazelhurst. Hi, this Lindsay. I just want to say that I wanted to be Miss Jamaica, American Jamaica, too. Oh, no. Just like Dr. D. Nice, I fell short.
Oh, my God.
Oh my gosh! Well, as we've had this conversation on this show before, it is such a multi-layered and multifaceted conversation.
Yes, it is. Yes,
but I love, to just be honest, I love the term foundational Black Americans. I love that term because the sufferings of our brothers and sisters in America have to be acknowledged.
Yes.
And I can tell you this, and you know my brother, I'm always going to add a spiritual. This is the thing. If America doesn't acknowledge it, if even the people in the United States don't acknowledge it, God is going to acknowledge it.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And there's a spiritual shift that's coming.
Yeah.
Because the word, I have to put the word in there, it is very clear that there's a thing of sowing and reaping, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And the time has come. There has to be a time. So it doesn't matter, honestly, what anyone else does. The movement, there's going to be a movement and a shift because God has not forgotten our foundational Black American brothers and sisters. He has not.
Right.
And he knows all of the governmental systems that were set up to oppress the people despite of, you know what I mean?
Right, that's right.
Forward moving. Yeah, despite of all of the Jim Crow and segregation and even all of the microaggressions, as we all know, you know, that happen on a daily basis.
Yes.
Time is still moving forward.
Yeah.
What's going to be 100 years from now is not going to be what is right now.
Right.
And time is moving so fast.
Yeah.
I mean, we are what is today? Didn't we just say Happy New Year?
Yeah.
What's today?
Yeah, 22nd. Yeah.
The end of January.
Yeah. It's moving.
I'm like, what?
Yeah. We're almost we're almost in February, Black History Month. But let me ask you a question. How do you feel about them sort of pointing their arrows at we can call them foundational hip hop people that have actually, even if they're not foundationally Black, but they were actually a big part of the hip hop mosaic. How do you feel about that?
How do I feel about
them? They're pointing at Fat Joe, Busta Rhymes, Kool Herc, and all the people.
Okay, I'm sorry. I've been so the only reason I can talk today is because we out of school here in Charlotte, North Carolina. There is no school today because we have
a full-time mom.
Big up Charlotte.
Big up Charlotte, North Carolina. Full-time mom who spends time raising her children, giving her children also. She don't always stay up on the hip hop news and culture. But what's happening, for those that don't know, the FBA and Fat Joe are having beef, all stemming from a Math Hoffa interview where Fat Joe was kind of calling them out because Fat Joe had said that Puerto Rican people or Hispanic people had a substantial part of the beginnings of hip hop. And so they disagreed and made it seem as if Fat Joe was trying to say that the Puerto Ricans started hip hop, which is not true. It was a cumulative effort of people that got together, and there was a lot of Black people, and all these things can be true. There was jazz, hip hop, bebop, and Black people have been doing hip hop for a long time in different versions of it. It's all just street music, and so they are trying to say, and they're taking Fat Joe to task, and now Fat Joe is going through a lot of backlash behind it. And I think, for me, I believe it's unfair, though I do believe that some of the vernacular that Fat Joe is using by calling people broke and all this stuff online is beneath his status, especially as a guy who came out of the mud and made it so successful as he is. My question to you is, how do you feel about people, a Black organization, Foundation Black, taking to task somebody such as Fat Joe, Busta Rhymes, and Kool Herc, and those people that were a part of hip hop?
I believe, let's get to the facts.
Right.
So it isn't even about how I feel. What's really the facts?
Right.
Where did hip hop start? Yeah. How did it evolve? Do I believe that the Puerto Rican community had some contribution to it? Absolutely.
Yeah.
We can't deny that, and especially in the area of dance.
Right.
With the whole, what is it? The break dance thing?
Up freestyle, break dance,
the freestyle. Yeah. Exactly. I mean, I grew up with that, so I know for sure that they contributed in that way.
Yeah.
But the actual music itself, no, they were not at the foundation of the music. That part. Well, they came alongside.
Well, people would say, DJ Charlie Chase, Grandmaster, a lot of the Puerto Rican DJs were a big part of it. Fearless Four, they were all in the groups. A lot of great Puerto Rican people were part of it, a part of the hip hop.
No, they were part of it. But are you talking about the inception, or are we talking about at the very from my history book? I just know that Kool Herc, right? He's kind of the grandfather of hip hop.
And he was Jamaican. He's Jamaican.
I know he's Jamaican. I know he's of Jamaican descent. And that type of rhyming over music was going on in Jamaica from in the 1960s.
Right.
Right. And so it came along, you know what I mean? He came in here, but there were music like that in the U.S. too.
That's right.
I understand. So it was kind of a collaboration.
I think that's the point that we're making. There was a collaboration because remember, calypso, soca, salsa, reggae, all of these are all parts of African music. To be honest with you,
absolutely,
bossa nova.
Yeah. So the point I was making, it was more of a collaboration. The spinning on the bringing the record back, repeating this, the one drop stuff. That's Jamaican culture. That was them Jamaican people doing that. You being a natural born Jamaican, you totally understand that, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. So I see where it was a merge of the cultures that created hip hop, and like I said, I'm not taking away from my Puerto Rican brothers and sisters who contributed. But their musical root style from the island of Puerto Rico, that doesn't stem from there. Now, coming along as being DJs and dancers, adding that part to the hip hop story, I agree with that because it did happen. I saw it. I grew up in the Bronx.
Yeah, you grew up in the Bronx. You saw that Apache was a real record.
Right.
Bongo band.
Exactly.
These are real records. Shout out to the Puerto Rican community.
Oh yeah.
We have documented proof that they were a part of it.
I'm up here dancing now.
We got proof that they were part of it. These are records that were there. We know about
it. Absolutely. So how do I feel about it? So I feel like with Fat Joe, so people are getting on him because of his comments about who's broke. First of all, who is he talking about?
He's talking about the guy the guy that runs the FBA is broke. And here's a problem with that. The problem with guys that have made FBA for Foundation of Black Americans. That's what he's saying. But the problem
he's saying that they're broke.
Yeah, but the problem with that is that we use that rich guys that have gotten rich or that have made it. They use that too much in live on camera talking about somebody else when they mad at
I think Fat Joe would have been better off had he said, this young man did not grow up in our era. This young man was not. He did not grow up where we grew up. So how would he know?
Yeah, what happens? You distract your point when you punch down.
Right. And then the fact that Lord Jamar kind of doubled down on the things that he was saying. Dude, you were there. That's not true.
All of them came out of Jazzy J studio. Shout out to my man Jazzy J on Allerton Avenue in the Bronx. Okay, I know these people. I know my man Buckwild Showbiz, AG. I know those are my people. Yeah. I know them. Aloha Finesse, I love them. These are my brothers. I love them. So the point I'm making, Fat Joe got it out the mud. He should not be held to task on any of these conversations, and his success is earned by him. He did all that great work that he should be doing.
And as all you have to say is he's broke. What?
No, well, that's not all he had to say, but I'm just saying, the only thing I would say for my brother is don't use that vernacular when you're talking about somebody, because that attracts a lot of, how would you say, bad attention, and you align people who don't have money. And it almost seems like you're punching down on them. You know what I'm saying? So that can get people to move against you. But at the end of the day, he knows this and he understands, because he does so many amazing things in the community, which is crazy. But everybody don't know about all the stuff that Fat Joe does in this community. Fat Joe's got he's got an honorary doctorate, well-deserved honorary doctorate, for doing the work in the community. He feeds so many people. Just understand how great this man is, Fat Joe. So the thing is. Don't get caught up in it. This is my advice, because I'm older than Joe. Don't get caught up in punching down on a guy like that. You got to just sort of rise above it, and then you got to play because you've done it. So you deserve that class act status now. You don't even got to punch down. You can be like, hey man, I like what they're saying. These guys are nice, whatever, but I understand their point. But that's not me. My history is a little bit different. And I represent the Hispanic community, and you cannot have hip hop. You would not have hip hop the way it is today without some of the contributions from the Hispanic community. And I think that's the way I would have played that, as opposed to, because what you're doing is you're riling up a lot of people who feel that you're against them, and that may not have enough discernment to understand exactly what you mean. Is that a better way to put that, Tanya?
Yes, it's sort of like, Michelle Obama, when they go low, we go high. Like when you take the high road in anything, you win.
Right.
It seems like, why do I have to take the high road? But when you take the high road, eventually you win.
But then she sits out. Then she sits out the inauguration with her husband.
I don't have time to go with Michelle. Oh, Michelle Obama, thank you for proving my point. Anyway, I don't have any energy for Michelle Obama today. I got no nonsense. Tanya Hazelhurst Dawkins, we love you, sister. You know, we love you like cooked food, and you know what this is. And shout to all the Jamaican people on Reggae Wednesday that contributed to hip hop. All of the nightclubs and Jamaican people that show out, that show long and strong when it come time for dance and party. Them, you know, all the hard work, all the Jamaican people, all the good food. Roti oxtail, rice and peas, and provision, kalaloo, all of this good fish, ackee and sawfish.
And King Lion.
Yes. Good morning, King Lion.
Tanya, I can't wait to meet you.
We love you, Tanya. Have a great morning. We love you, sister.
I just want to say one thing. I am grateful for hip hop.
Yes.
It was such an integral part of my life and the life of so many young Black people in this country and Hispanic young people and even people who are not even our race. It has turned out to be one of the biggest music genres in the history of the world.
That's right, in the world.
Yes,
in the world. So shout out to hip hop.
Yes, April.
Tanya, I look forward to meeting you this year. I'll be in Charlotte this year, so I look forward to meeting you.
Oh yeah, you got and see the picnic. It's so beautiful. Just a beautiful family. Tanya Hazelhurst Dawkins, my sister. We love her so much. You don't understand.
Thank you. Right. You guys have an awesome day, and thank you for having me on.
Great. Do the same, Tanya.
See you soon. Bye-bye. Tanya Hazelhurst Dawkins. I was so jealous of Tanya because she was so fine when she was Miss Jamaica. Shut up. She was in I Got a Man video and everything. And all the men's just like, shut up. Stay out of this.
I've heard her name many years through my friend Nicole. Yeah. So it was good that she came on. Oh, she was the lady that came on and then she started speaking in patois, and I thought it was a whole different person.
Well, see, Tanya is natural born Jamaica, so I always practice my patois with TD, and that gets me right. You know, when I'm
gonna do that because I was told my patois sounds like an Irish Jamaican.
Yeah, it does. It sounds crazy.
Oh, don't say yeah.
It sounds like Popeye. Spinach. I love
you know, Lays. So, one thing I wanted to bring up today, and I thought it was Tanya mentioned something about the shift in our spiritual in the spiritual world coming out, and I wanted to share. I don't know if you guys saw yesterday where the Trumps and the Vances were in. They were sitting somewhere, and there was a bishop that was actually doing the service, and she looked over to the Trumps and the Vances afterwards, after she finished, and she, in a sense, pleaded with them to be kind to the immigrants and to the gay community and stuff like that. And if you could see them, they were going, "What? Like, what the hell is she talking about?"
Well, two things. Let me get Deep Parks on. Well, two things. One, the picture, and it's not the exact same timing. It's just great editing. But I get the point. And let me just say this to you. They're not being nice.
No, they're not.
They thought Hitler was going to be nice in the 30s to the Jewish community until they walked 6 million of them into the oven.
Hey, come on.
You know what I'm saying? The motherfuckers always think you're going to be nice. But, when you bad, when you evil, you'll see a vampire. Yeah. Evil is good. That's perfect. Motherfucking world right there.
I don't know if you saw it, but even the children were looking over like, what the fuck is this lady talking about? Be
right.
It was disturbing to watch their faces as she was, politely asking them. It was disturbing. So, we're in for a long ride.
Okay. Hold on, let me get Deep Park and he's driving. Hold on, I'm going to call him on the phone. Yeah. Eba is Yo, Parks. D Parks in the house.
Good morning,
Oh my
Parks.
God. Yo, man.
What up?
You're TD Loving on there. Tanya Hazer, as dark as my sister. Let me just say this to you, man. Shout out to Eddie Murphy, who's got to be the funniest dude in the world. I don't understand how Tyler Perry has a career. He got it because of Eddie Murphy. Come on, man. Yeah, Eddie. Eba is good.
Oh, I know, Anthony. I told you guys about that a while ago. Baron Trump.
Yeah, Damien Omen.
That's right.
Y'all see Damien Omen?
I didn't see it. What he do? I missed it. What he do?
Watch out for that Baron Trump. I'm telling you right now.
Oh yeah. Listen, Baron, when Trump introduced him, Baron stood up with his 6'9" self, 6'8", 6'9" self, and he would not sit down. He kept looking at the crowd, looked like a very young Donald J. Trump.
Oh yeah.
And he was looking at the crowd like, yeah, you know I'm next.
Yeah.
And Trump basically introduced him as the next.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
They may be getting rid of the presidency as we know it. If you follow,
remember that's what he said.
Yeah, you follow that line.
Yeah.
You know, yeah, and so it's potentially. Listen, we got nobody to blame by ourselves on this. Okay? We blame us. We the ones. We watch. This shit was like watching a flood, a landslide happen right in front of your face and not get out of the way.
After they told you it was going to be a landslide.
Right.
Yeah.
They told you.
They showed you videos of the landslide. Like, this is what it's going to look like.
Exactly.
This is what's coming.
They put it right in your face. Nah. Look.
Well, you know, D Parks, I don't know.
Not like us. Not like us. That's what he's doing. Not like us.
Or not like this.
Yeah.
Right. They're not like us.
You know, I don't know if you guys know that as of yesterday, ICE has already decided where they're going to go and get the immigrants. They are going into schools and churches. Wow. And they have started yesterday.
Let me tell you something. As a guy who has gone to school, I've watched the new demographic, which is mostly Hispanic, going into these schools where the mothers and fathers are immigrants and the children are going into school to learn. They are going to kill the baby. That's what they're trying to do. They're going to kill the baby early, and they're going to go into these schools because it's now they're getting this free education coming from these countries, and they're going to go in there. And so they're going in and get the baby early. This is some Egyptian. Oh my God, this is crazy.
That's why they're trying to change the curriculum.
Wow.
Yeah. Do you also know that they took down the good morning, Dr. April. You know, they took down the Spanish White House website. They took it down. There's no more White House information in Spanish.
I just want to say something to our Hispanic community. And I respect the Fat Joe, because I understand, you got to represent and respect the Hispanic community. But let me just say this to y'all so y'all understand one thing. Spanish people. 51% of y'all voted to elect this man. Unfortunately, y'all gonna get everything you asked for.
Yeah.
And then some.
And then some. And then some. And Blill's pills, stand by and stand down. Just a lot. Because they got this motherfucker. They thought you gonna chum up to them. I know black. They have pointed the gun at you. They pointed the gun at you. And they said,
don't be hiding behind us.
Don't hide behind us now, motherfucker.
We ain't in it.
No, black. You said you know black, right? You know black. You know black. Okay, okay, cool. I mean, that's why that's why I'm not mad at the foundational black. I understand the point of why the foundational black Americans are feeling that way. I just think that they're misappropriating their anger at a Fat Joe. You know what I'm saying? At a Busta Rhymes. Don't point it at them because I know them. I was there when they first came out. I was there with Leaders New School, Busta Rhymes coming up, young man. That's why I'm so proud of Busta Rhymes.
Yeah, no doubt.
I was there at the beginning with Fat Joe and all those guys, Jazzy J Studios, Brand Nubian, shout out to my man Grand Poobah, Allerton Avenue Studios, Paz K. I know all these guys from early in their careers. So you can't stop pointing the blame at them. The bottom line is it's easy to separate us and have us pointing at each other because that way they don't got to do the work. They can just knock us off because we'll knock each other off and then they can just sit back and wait and just come clean up the messes. And I'm just telling you right now, pay attention. Pay attention. Stop it.
All we got to do is go to work and come home, leave.
And by the way, Troy Mumford wants to let you know it's negative 11 degrees in Steubenville. I don't even know. Thank you, Troy.
Where's Steubenville?
Ohio.
Okay.
Yeah. If there's ever any rates that's a negative 11 degrees, I will not be there. I'm just saying. All right, Parks. Right. How do you feel about the Fat Joe FBA beef that started through the Man Hoffa show?
They're wild though. You know, the FBAs are wild to themselves because they look down, and anybody that looks down, you know, and like you said, anybody that punches down, like, yeah, you're punching the wrong way. Right. You're punching it wrong.
Hey, that's my point. The point is they should be more inclusive and even understanding. Yeah. I mean, you know, you can't be like my slave is better than your slavery. You know what I'm saying? It's all fucked up.
Right.
You know
that's what the fucking shit is. It's like, yo, like you're being separatist as well. You know, in that.
But the truth of the matter is, when you start talking about DEI, affirmative action, and all the things that Black people fought for through civil rights, Jim Crow, and all those other things, redlining and all that stuff that we fought to get, it was meant for us. And I think the issue is a lot of people took advantage of that wasn't us. We didn't get that. And I think them shutting it down and saying, like, you just can't come from India and be like, hello, I am a minority, so I should get the thing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, because y'all wasn't on the civil rights line. The Chinese wasn't on the civil rights line. All these other minorities that are coming to this country, taking advantage of these programs that were really meant for the descendants of Black slaves, the Black slaves are not using it as much as the people that are coming here.
But remember, we're the people that we care what people think about us. Oh my God, I'm not on welfare. Oh, you had to go get welfare to take care of your. That's what we do. We judge one another so harshly that we will cut our nose and to spite our faces.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. So, but I just think on their note, I think it's misguided, and I don't like. It makes me feel bad when I hear of guys that have made it, especially in hip hop, call other people that haven't broke.
Right.
I don't. That makes me. That feels bad for me.
Right.
I don't know, because broke is a relative word. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
To them, to a 50 Cent, you broke, right? But to a guy that's delivering packages every day, you rich. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, so I really.
There's always a bigger fish.
There's always a bigger fish, and it just makes me feel. It just doesn't fit right in my thought process when people call them people using that as a vernacular. It reminds me of when women don't want to talk to a guy. Like, I don't want to talk to that nigga. He broke. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what it sounds like to me. And when men do it, it makes me, because then they're saying your character and who you are is based on how much money you got in your pocket. So if that's the case, then what you gonna do to get that money? You know what I'm saying? You'll do anything to get that money.
And then in Fat Joe's situation too, it's almost contradictory because somebody that's in the community helping to uplift the people and, you know, providing for the people, you know, and doing, you know, providing jobs and such. Like, how you gonna call somebody broke? You're trying to help the problem, but now you're also denigrating people for being broke.
But again, we got to give him a little bit of gas because he is a human being and he's being attacked. Yeah. You know, so he's punching back because they're attacking him. But I just think I just think maybe some OGs in his crew need to sit him down. Hey, Let's not do that. Let's not call people like not on TV, because then it hurts your cause, because people that love and support you will feel as if you're punching down on them. And you don't even know that, because all the great shit you're doing, they're not even seeing the shit that you're doing for your community. You know what I'm saying?
You know what it's about. It's him getting emotional. It's him being
That's right.
logical.
Right. We got to use logic.
We spoke about that yesterday, that emotional conversation.
Yeah, you got to be logical. You got to be logical. And also, along with those great successes, there's a lot of responsibility that you get with those successes. And it's not a perfect science, obviously, but they can take a clip of yours and run that clip and have everybody mad at you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Coco
bites to everything.
Well, hold on. Don't go anywhere, Deepak. Let's bring in April Leon, Dr. Leon. Let's see if she's available.
Oh, Dr. Leon.
Dr. Leon.
The good Dr. Leon. Let's see how she's doing this morning.
Saving the babies.
Yeah, we got that is a response. We got to be a little bit more responsible. Good morning, Dr. Leon.
Good morning, Doc.
What up, Doc?
Hey.
How do you've been listening for a while, Dr. Leon?
You know what? It's just, this conversation just makes me really so sad.
Yes.
Like
here we go getting emotional. Why are you getting emotional?
You know,
lay on the couch.
Sad and mad are two different things, right?
And sad is the first part. You get mad because you're sad.
Let Dr. Leon explain herself, Deepak. She's a doctor, damn it.
Listen, all doctors are not created equal, so it's okay.
I like the shade. I love the shade. Go ahead, April.
No shade intended.
Okay, go ahead.
Just facts. Listen, there is so much happening and so much that has been happening, and we have not figured out the day-old recipe that the more we stay divided, the more we stay at the bottom and continue to lose.
Right.
There is so much happening right now, like so much real shit that's happening that we have no power over, no control over, and we are going to reap what we have not sown, but what we have fallen victim to. And we don't even understand that we cannot afford this. Like, this is the most petty, insignificant, like issue in life, in what's happening in this entire world. What our children, what our grandchildren, and what our great-grandchildren would be living through is unimaginable. And we are sitting here like worried about the dumbest shit.
Well, let me say this to you. I wish it was that simple, that it was petty and insignificant. But when we use these powers of social media, of media and programming to turn on people and use viral clips to turn on people, it's called the opposing narrative.
Yes, absolutely.
And we have to compete with the opposing narrative, because just as much as they put a lot of shit in the water, then we got to put fresh water to clean up the shit, because that's what's happening. The fight. Let me tell you something. The enemy don't stop. The enemy won't stop.
No, they don't.
Right.
And lays and yes ends, right?
Yeah.
Yes ends. When do we decide to not fall prey to the narrative? Like, when do we decide to control the narrative? But first, again, like the failure to go back and understand like what this all means, the failure to go back and understand where we all came from, the failure to go back and understand that we against each other will never be the solution.
Hey, didn't they stop you being able to teach that in schools? I mean, didn't they stop that in education? In this socialist, proletarian, communist thing that we call the Board of Education.
Absolutely, right? Absolutely, right? Absolutely. Like, so when do we sit back and say, yo, like, what is our plan? How do we continue to empower and educate But the fact is that we have to know that we're worthy of being empowered and educated. We have to know that we are worthy of standing 10 toes down in the face of what's happening. And we have to be smarter than what we are and understand that it's not going to take separatism or us sitting in our pockets pointing fingers at each other or finding strength in beating the next one down that's below us.
Yeah, by the way, salute to Fat Joe.
No, they don't care about none of us, bro.
Right, they don't care about us.
Like they don't care about none of us, bro. Period. Like that's it.
They not your friends, B.
They not your friends, B. Like I said, the same exact. They are not our friends, B. They are not our friends.
Yes.
Like stop feeling empowered to knock the next person down because we are at the bottom. We are all at the bottom.
Absolutely, you are absolutely right. Crabs in the barrel, but crabs ain't supposed to be in the barrel. You know what I'm saying? That words from the great Jay-Z. There you go. Words from the great Jay-Z.
So if the doctor can say anything today, they don't care about us, bro. They're not your friends. Like that is
right. That's a fact.
We need each other. We need each other.
That means the Hispanic, the Puerto Rican community, the Black community, the Jamaican community, all the communities need to come together and empower each other, because that's what happened. And let me tell you something. Will's Pills pushed aside their differences, held their noses, and walked into the voting booth and pulled the lever for a 34 count convicted felon, a serial guilty rapist,
pedophile,
and all the things that they did. They held their noses because their interests aligned. So maybe if we start to use that logic.
But you know what? You know what, Lane? A lot of the Will's Pills, they ain't your friend either, B. Like, you about to find that out either.
Oh, yeah,
you are all cogs in the machine. Like, you all must play your part, and your part will never to be on top as well. Like, you will continue to be poor and struggle and blame the next man, blame every shade of color of why you are still broken, poor, and on welfare, when the Will's Pills in charge are the reason why. Like, they're not your friends either, B, but you're about to find that out too.
Well, obviously they're going to find that out. I mean, this Lindsay, stop telling on us. But this Lindsay, shut up. We talking about this. because the medicine is in the piece of candy sometimes. And at the end of the day, we got to keep pitching that medicine to our community, and so that they understand. But the community got to grab its own boots in this situation, even though because they're not going to stop pounding on you. They're going to keep throwing rocks.
No, they're not.
Yeah.
But there has to be movements in place that are empowering and educating and supporting, and ends on every level. Like, they have taught their children how to be armed. They have taught their children how to protect. They have taught their children to prepare for this day, and we are the ones who are not prepared at all.
And they're going into the schools to get the Hispanic children that have come to this country. They're going to get them out, and they're going to get rid of that next generation of Hispanic children. They are playing the long game like a mug. I'm telling you right now.
They've always played the long game.
Yeah, they've always done it.
It was flooding, whether it was flooding our communities with crack when the movement was really coming together and being unified. There's always been things in history. That's why people have to pay attention.
And y'all stop celebrating crack dealers and all that stuff, making them heroes.
April was saying something, and she said they flooded our communities not only with crack but water. They drowned a lot of our people, a lot of our towns.
Yeah.
So we have to understand they're not beyond anything that it takes to stay on top, and we have to know that.
Well, I just want to say, as Lindsay, I want to be mayor of Atlanta because they don't exist anymore by decree from Donald.
I think if this young man that founded the FBA, this young man took more time to study what we can do to have a camaraderie with each other instead of dividing us up with, oh, the Boricua is this and the Morena is this, then we might be able to get somewhere. I don't understand why we continuously come back to this same stupid argument.
It's so ridiculous. And when you do the study of slavery across the islands, you will understand why here in this country there was a different degree of slavery.
Yes.
We are all descendants of the indigenous people and African slaves.
Yep.
Number one. Number two, the Spanish language is another European language that was set upon us, just like the English language is a European language that was set upon us.
Yes.
Like, really learn your history, bro. Like, stop.
And by the
all
way,
of our music, all of our culture comes from Africa. Period.
By the way,
all the languages.
By the way, the Spain Spanish people hate black people. I just want to throw that at you because the Moors went in there and just humped their way through Spain.
because Spain are Spaniards. Spaniards are white people. They are Europe. They are white.
Yes.
Hispanic people and Spanish people are not of the same. We are not defined by a language. People need to understand the difference.
They're not of the 5 European tribes. All right, April Leon, I love you. This is Dr. Leon putting y'all on blast.
Love you, April.
We all one people.
Later,
man.
Love you guys.
Bye, April.
Later, April.
Yeah, you see that? Come on, Parks. You see that? April Leon. That's our sister. We love April.
Doubt.
Yeah.
I love April. No doubt.
April is 10 toes down. We call her the Avenger. She is 10 toes down. She don't even fuck around when it comes to this shit. And she puts it in perspective and in place. Stop separating us, man. Come on, Mark. Stop that. Come on, y'all. Stop. Take that. Take that. You know what I'm saying?
That is stupid.
Yeah, it's stupid, man. We got so many powerful people that we could just all come together. Listen, free Pookie, man. Come on. What the fuck's going on?
Bye. On that note, bye.
Look, either free Pookie or find the other people that's down with him with the Rico.
Right. Yeah. How you gonna have a one person Rico?
But hey, we noticed Trump nor Biden pardoned him.
Oh, Trump gonna pardon Pookie because he needs an asset. Trump gonna pardon.
And let me bring this up as well. I'm sorry, I didn't hear D Parks.
Wait, say D Parks.
No, so Trump was at the white party at the Hamptons.
Exactly.
He gonna pardon.
He gonna pardon Pookie. Trump was down with that. Come on.
They did say, before we go, I want to put this out there. The police department, the Fraternal Order of Police, they're really upset with Biden and Trump and their decisions to commute sentences and pardon, all of these people, especially the violent ones. The one that got 22 years for organizing the stuff, they get, no penalties and stuff at all. So the police department is now in a tizzy because they don't know what to do in a sense yet, because we have to look out for these people who were jailed for treason, basically.
Right.
And then, so it's going to be a lot. But again, our job is really to stand back and watch because this doesn't have anything to do with us.
Well, it does, but not directly.
Right. Not directly. Right.
Yeah. We black people in this country need to sit back and start to build and use this time where the eye of, like in Mordor, like in the Lord of the Rings, the eye of Mordor is not on us directly right now. Use this time to build the community. Build your own communities up. Fathers, get back in the house. Raise your sons. Mothers and fathers come together and use logic and wisdom and all that stuff to build your families up, because that's the time that we can do this now, since they're not focusing on black people because they feel as if they won the war already. We focusing on them. They're not focusing on us like that. They've already beaten us because we beat ourselves. All right. So at the end of the day now it's time to rebuild your communities and strengthen your communities while they deal with all those other people that come in here and say, I know black. Okay. I know black, because ultimately everybody comes to America, they shit on black people that was here. And I think that's why they mad. I know black. But anyway, Parks, how do you feel about all this stuff right here? Word from you, Parks.
I agree, man. It's all divisive, just on their agenda, like, not the agenda, but on their racist thing. They've always tried to keep their thumb on us, like foot on our neck, so to speak. So yeah, 100% what you said, man. It's time for us to get our shit together individually first. You know what I'm saying? Because we can't do anything for the community if we're not doing anything, if we're not prepared to do anything ourselves. And to continue to build, like you said, they're taking their kids to the gun range. I went to the gun range a couple months ago, and it was more young kids in there than anybody else. You know, they taking their families in there. So yeah, man. It's time to really focus up. They're
preparing their children, and we preparing our children with Xboxes. All right?
Don't run up on my family because my nieces and nephews have been and go to the range. So come on.
Right. They preparing the children, but we preparing our children with Xboxes while they're preparing their children how to shoot, hunt, and all the things that they need to do to be out there and protect their families. And at the end of the day, we got to pay attention to that. I mean, listen, just pay attention to that, you know, so that we know that you have a distinct opportunity. Right now, we have an opportunity to
Oh man, it's a revolution going on right now,
and the revolution does not have to be televised. You can have a revolution within your own community, but the revolution should be internal. We should evolve and revolve and build ourselves up. And it's, at the end of the day, and it's not even the fact that anyway, Will's Pills is not your daddy. He's not your father. Stop looking at
daddy's home. Daddy's home.
What my man Michael Jackson said.
Right.
What my man Michael Jackson said. If you want to make the world a better place, take a look at yourself and make the change.
Make the change.
Na 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 na.
On that note, let me tell you something. What a great show today. Very inspirational, very powerful. Shout out to my man Catman is there. Big Set is in the building. Latrice Renee, welcome to the show. Coco Dreams is there today. And we always put the message in the fuck shit. So just know that as long as we got the fuck shit, there's always going to be a message in the fuck shit. This Mark Lace in the morning emails, more perspective morning emails. Shout to my man D Parks, April Leon, and everybody that comes in. Tanya Hazelhurst, Dawkins, Miss Sister, I love you. And we love all the Jamaican people that helped influence and shape hip hop to be what it is today. And also the beautiful Sex in the Morning, Kimberly Robinson. Y'all have a great.
Love you a long time.
Love you. She said she love you a long time. Then she go for sleep. Y'all have a great morning. We'll see y'all tomorrow. Reggae wins, everybody.
Wake up.